Let me now ask the ladies to come on in. Come on in, ladies. Tell you something, because the next stripper we have claims she does it for God. Zip it now, zip it, let's go. Let me introduce you to a new guest on home base. Her name is Kellie Everett, and she's a stripper for God. Kellie, let me tell you something, pal. If there's ever a milk strike, I'll know where to go. You claim that you perform for Christ, all right?
Yes.
Included in that is performing in your homemade porno movies. Are these movies intended for viewing in the big VCR in the sky, or what?
Well, I'll tell you something. I have been the only stripper for God in the world, and I gave over 1,000 sermons in burlesque theaters and nightclubs. And I proved that women who show their bodies and sell their bodies are not pigs, and I'm sick and tired of guys like you calling us bimbos.
Hey, sit down, you fat bitch.
Listen, you. Sit down.
Get up.
I am tired. Listen. I am tired of being called a whore and a bimbo and a slut.
You say you prostitute?
It is the men that are the pigs. They're the degenerates and the perverts. They create.
Listen, just a second.
We are the
this
supply.
Is the crap
it is
she's
the men
in.
that want
Dominant
sex.
mystique,
The men want perversion.
where she can beat the hell out of men. I'd love you to try to beat me, honey. I'd show you how to kick the living out of a broad. Right? And don't you ever claim you do this in the name of God.
Yes,
because he is not a slut. You are. Is this the magazine you post for?
I preach
Is this
to
pornography?
Men.
Is this pornography?
So what? So what?
You're doing pornography in the name of God?
Pornography
Did you make a vow to the Virgin
sex.
Mary? Did you make a vow to the Virgin Mary?
I do not do sex. I have not had sex for 10 and a half years because the Blessed Virgin, that's right, the Blessed Virgin appeared to me and said, I do not want you to have sex with men. That's right.
Do you do drugs?
Yes.
Do you do drugs? Do you do drugs?
No, I don't.
You must have, baby, if the Virgin appeared to you.
No. The Virgin appears to good people who pray, and I pray, and I'm good, and I love God.
Are you a prostitute?
No, I'm not.
Were you a prostitute?
I have sold my body. So what? So what?
Let me tell you.
Sex is not a sin. Sex is not a sin. God created sex. God created the body.
God created a lot of things here. We're the ones who abuse them, not God.
Are you without sin? You only do sex for procreation?
I'm not without sin. I don't say that.
You never masturbate? You never do anything except in marriage? Who of you is without sin?
Well,
stand up and throw stones.
You know, I think what offends some people here is that while we are all not pure, and while no one can cast a stone that is without sin, I think, though, it is insulting to some to come up before an audience and say that in the name of God and in Jesus Christ, you perform whatever you perform.
And the Virgin Mary.
If you... I do, however, will give you this kind of credit. If you at one time were a prostitute and you said that because of the name of Jesus you gave it up, I'll commend you for that.
I would too.
I will commend you for that.
They are giving men what they want and need.
No. One thing I must say.
They might be giving them what they want, but that doesn't mean God made them want it.
If a man in this audience wants your body,
God didn't make
will you give it to him?
God didn't make sex. God made man. And from the lousy rib of man, he made a pig like you.
Has proven that the woman was first, and the first woman created the man.
Honey, God didn't when he created you, all you are is a pair of with legs. Let me go to Bill. Bill, do you consider male or female public nudity immoral? And do you consider a lady like this, lady, who, first of all, has had a vision from the Virgin Mary? All right. Next, we'll find out. Next time, we'll find out that she's carrying Jesus.
All the saints are crazy. Saints saw visions.
What?
They're all crazy. All saints are crazy.
No, saints did something to prove they were saints, honey.
I prayed. I prayed for years and years.
That's
I was
good.
in seclusion
That's
and
good.
silence praying.
That's good.
That's why I had
But
visions.
did you get an answer?
Yes.
And what was the answer?
Many
To
ti-
give
I had
up,
many
to
different
give up
answers.
prostitution, right?
That has nothing to do with it. The Blessed Virgin said don't have sex anymore 10 and a half years ago.
And you haven't had it since.
That's right.
Backed up into your chest.
Yeah, Mort, what this woman is saying is an insult to our collective intelligence. There is no way she's making any sense. She's half gone.
He's making dollars, not cents.
Maybe lots of dollars somewhere. This is the kind of thing I worry about with my children. If she gets out there and my kids got to see this, whether it's on TV, regular TV, home box office, this is the kind of thing that bothers me.
You're
Not
the kind
performers.
of guy that sneaks around to massage parlors and prostitutes.
I do. Do I?
And you're a big hypocrite here.
I do. Do I? Where's you ever
Mr.
see me in a
Big,
massage
in the
parlor?
public. Where's all
I
the
have a
sleeve
wife.
bags?
What, do you have a husband?
Where are all the men? Where are all the men that go to all the prostitutes? How come you only have the so-called good guys here?
Oh, that
Where's
means-
all the
that
Johns?
means we
Where are
should
they
condone
hiding?
you.
Where's
Good
all the
guys
Johns?
here.
Where they
We're not all good
hiding?
guys
In
here.
magazines like you put out. Dominance, all right?
Dominant mystique.
Aren't you a lady who believe, you're a, what do they call them? Dominiquers? What do they call them?
Dominatrix.
Dominatrix. So men come to you who want to be dominated.
That's right.
What do you do to them?
I dominate them.
How?
I hit them. I tease them. I torture them. I give to men what they deserve because they need punishment because they're the bad ones, not the women. They need discipline.
Wait a minute.
They need discipline.
We don't generalize with women, and you should
Not
not
all
generalize
men.
with
Not
men.
all men.
There
I know
are
this.
sick men that like to be
They're not
dominated.
sick. They're not
They're
sick.
sick. They're
Yes.
sick
They're
like
sick.
girls are sick.
Why
They're
should women?
sick.
Why,
They're
Senator?
sick just like anyone.
No.
I can't see a guy wanting to be
Senator.
dominated, getting his ass whipped.
Wait a
Well, how do you get dominated?
Let me ask you a straight question. Why should women be dominated by men?
They shouldn't
No
be.
one should be dominated by anyone but by our morals.
You're saying men
And
that
I'm-
want to be are sick.
There are men that are sick,
And
there
there are
are
women
that
who are
are
sick.
sick.
Who wants to be beaten is sick.
I mean, there are some guys that like to get themselves whipped with a wet towel to reach
Everybody
the
has
climax.
said it.
It's the sick mind that wants to be
I know a guy. I know a senator in the United States today.
It ain't me.
Who she probably I know, who likes to get down on his hands and knees like this, have ostrich feathers put in his rear end, a collar put on, and the dominatrix pet him and say, "Nice bird, huh?"
That's a
I mean,
sick son of a bitch.
That's a sick guy.
And
That's the guy.
the kind of
That's the
man
guy who's making the
that
laws
we want
that
out
make
of our
this possible.
society with the women he does it with.
Let's come
Because
back, all
that's
right?
a
Let's come back in
dangerous
just a second. Continue this.
I am not in favor of casual sex.
I'm
I
glad
am
to
not
hear
in
that.
favor of
Free country and people
promiscuity.
should say
I
what
am
they
not
want
in
to say.
And if you
favor of
wanted to
drugs.
remain free, Kelly,
I
if
feel
you wanted to
like a
remain
human
free,
being
you
should
have to
I feel
set
like
a
if you
moral
raise
tone
your
of
children
A, responsibility, and B,
they can
respect for the
see a
woman,
sexy
and
woman, a
C,
woman in a
respect for the man.
bathing suit, a sexy man,
agree with
and
that.
say, that's a delicious-looking person without needing to rape them or go out and pick up a whore on a street
But
corner.
that's what we're trying to say. What's the necessity? I know when I go home to my woman, there's something got to be left to the imagination. I don't want her walking around the street with no clothes
It's
on.
very
Let the
nice.
people
I don't want my
decide.
daughter.
Wait.
I don't want my
people
daughter
decide what
doing
they
it.
Are you
want.
offended by nudes in the Metropolitan Museum of Art?
I'm offended by
Are you
nudity.
offended by
Yeah,
nude
yeah. In certain arts, yeah. Because it's not made in the
Are you
same concept.
offended by a
Shirley, let me
woman's
answer your question.
painting?
It's not done in the concept of cultured art. Not like it was. It's being done under the concept of pornography, piggish stuff today. You're
I'm
talking
not
about...
pornography.
If you're talking about Roman sculpture, that's quite different.
Pornography is not nudity. Pornography is a depiction
No?
of the
What do they do
sexual
with their
act.
clothes on? pornography
Pornography
is not
a
nudity.
depiction of the sexual act. Nudity is just nudity. It could be in a painting. It could be in a still picture. Pornography is when you depict people
Well, I'm going to
having
agree with the
sex.
young lady on that. I'm going to agree with
you
that.
can agree with her.
All right.
I don't agree with it. Because you're having sex, you're still nude, aren't you?
I'm
No,
not
no,
saying
no,
that.
but what she's saying, Senator, is
nudity.
it's just nudity like a Rubens or a Gauguin or something, all right? But when she's talking about that. But when you're talking about some of these pictures in Nuggets, in some of these magazines, Cherie, where you show penetration, where you show a girl down performing oral sex, that is pornography.
I am not in favor of that.
This is what the
I
men
think
want.
No, it isn't what the men want.
The men do not want nice, beautiful,
We have a sick society.
Let me get back to these guys.
That type of demeaning thing. The way we present ourselves on stage is the way that you're viewed. Now, in other words, when males do it, there is a double standard. Females are looked upon poorly because their acts usually entail more nudity and more specifically explicit type things.
All you're doing is showing.
It's because the men degrade women and the men have a bad opinion.
When men do it, I'm not going to argue with her because she does
Women
it for...
are nice to you because women are good people. Men are the perverts and the degenerates.
Hey, Moore, can you get her out of here?
It's wrong. Martin, it's wrong.
Well, if you dance for
God
God,
is a
why are you
man,
condemning
honey.
Hey, Moore.
God is a man.
Sick and tired of hearing God is the Son of God.
Who's the Virgin Mary? A guy?
Bring back the goddess religion.
20 years ago, you didn't see this shit on, excuse me.
Yes, you did.
On the street.
Oh,
Not
on the
like
street?
this.
Oh, no, you're
Not
right.
on the TV, not everywhere else.
No, you sure
Now
did.
we got it for the ladies. The men were already screwed up. I agree with you on that point. Now we got the ladies getting the same thing. Why is that justified?
Go, let him jump
It's
in.
a
how
moral
many
Let
in
him
this
jump.
audience would like to see their daughter do that? The truth. How many of you women would like to see your daughter exhibit themselves like that?
Or
You wouldn't
anyone
want
you
it.
respect.
You don't want it. Why you don't want it?
Do any of these people...
How many want to see their mothers do it or their wives do it?
I have a daughter.
Mark,
You know why?
Mark.
You know why people don't want their daughters to do
Men or
this?
female, do any of
I'll
these
tell you
people
why.
have children? Do any of them have children or have had children?
Any children?
Anybody have children?
I have.
Any children?
I'll tell you the answer why
children?
we
Well,
don't
of
want
course,
this.
I forgot.
How old?
I have a daughter, 18 years old. I want to tell you why I do not want my daughter to do this. Because she will be called a bimbo by hypocrites and a whore and a slut. And she won't be. She's good. Because we are sick and tired. Sick and tired. You sit down. You come here. Come here.
Hey, Moore, I resent being on the same show with her.
You know something? You know something? You know something? Wait. You know something? You know something? She gave us our answer, didn't she? Huh? The hairy armpit gave us our answer. We'll be back with the audience and find out what they have.
For people like you and the senator that's God-fearing American and right, white, and blue.
How do you know he's more religious? He's not more God-fearing than I am. You're not more God-fearing than I am. What makes you think you're better than a prostitute? What makes you think you're better than a prostitute, huh?
Hey, I'll tell you.
How do you
I have to
judge?
defend
Who
me.
are you?
I'll tell you what makes him better than a prostitute. Excuse me. That man works 6 days a week on a volunteer ambulance squad. He patrols. He personally delivered 6 babies. And he's better than a prostitute.
Let me go. Kelly, will you shut up? One time, you're a man-hating bitch.
We're tired of it. More get it. Get it. More.
I think the point we have to bring up here is...
Will you shut your fat, breasted mouth?
Excuse me, Moore.
Prostitutes are good. Macho men are going to hell.
Honey, let me tell you.
Let me go.
Nothing. Now go.
Is your daughter proud of what you're doing?
Yes.
She is?
Yes.
What does your
Good
daughter
luck,
do?
just like you.
What does your daughter do?
She's married.
She's what?
She's 18 years old and she's married.
Because she wanted to get away from the mother.
She's a veteran.
What else? Young man, go ahead.
Mort, I'd just like to say I'm a police officer in Newark, and I deal with these type of people all the time in the projects. We find people like you all the time, strung up. People like you to promote crime. People like you. If I had you in my church, you're despicable. You're a piece of...
What are
People
you?
like you.
What are you?
I'm a Catholic. I'm a Catholic.
You're a Catholic.
That's
What
right.
does that make you?
That's
There's
right.
a lot
that
of
makes
Catholics.
me a person that abides by the law and respects people, and you do not respect no one. And you
Yes,
respect
I do.
no one's
I respect
morals.
women and decent men.
People like you are laying in the projects constantly. We see them all the time. Strung up, dope, shot. Well, all because of people like you. You make
You know
people...
what kind of a Catholic you are?
What kind of
You're
Catholic
the kind
I
of
am?
Catholic that did the Inquisition, that put the Jews in the ghetto.
Yeah, all right. Sit down. You don't know what
Catholic you are.
You don't know what you're
You're
talking
not like
about.
Jesus
You
Christ.
don't know what you're
You
talking
do not
about.
respect.
No, you sit down. You're a piece of...
Let me tell you something. Don't blame the Catholics.
Catholic you are.
Don't blame the Catholics for what happened to the Jews.
Narrow-minded.
No, sir. Hold on.
The Pope put the Jews in the ghetto.
I, as a
The
Catholic,
Pope.
will not stand here and have the Catholics be to blame for what happened to the Jews. That's bull now.
Know it very well.
And let me tell you something. Hold on.
We'll be back in just a minute. We'll argue this out and we'll be back. Yes.
I personally want to say that these women portray themselves as sluts. I'm sorry, no matter what.
I want to know, where is the self-respect for these women? I want to know, how do you feel about yourselves? I mean, come on. Everybody looks at you and everybody says, these women are sluts no matter what. No matter what. You look like sluts. I'm sorry.
These guys that say that are morons. Morons.
Good for you.
You see that? Morons. Morons.
Kelly,
You are morons.
Kelly,
Morons.
Kelly, we might be morons, but I'd have to drink a case of Doers before I for you.
You can't even get more.
Honey, she's right. She's right. She's right. Looking at her, I shrunk.
Because you're gay. You're gay.
I'd just like to say that. I'd just like to say I do go to go-go bars, and I do appreciate women like the one in the center there. I do.
Of course
But what
you
I
don't
don't
like me 'cause
appreciate
I'm
that. That you don't appreciate about God.
You don't like me. You don't like me because I stick up for my rights. They want submissive women that give a... They want women that give them... That's what they want, and I will do it.
Security.
Sweetheart,
You sit in.
sweetheart, while you got that microphone near your mouth, do what you know how to do best with the microphone.
Can I star you in my... Speaking sodomy. Sodomy.
Go ahead.
This girl right here says that she dances in the name of God. Who actually appointed her, or who?
She had visions, man. She had vision. She had a vision. You'd have a vision too. She's probably got a lot of diseases
I
to
think
go along the
these girls
vision.
are a bunch of
Look
pigs.
at, look at. There are people who do this, who do it in good taste. This young lady, these gentlemen.